How is everybody doing this fine day? My name is Alan Roberts. I hope you all are having a fabulous Labor Day. I hope it is being very, very, very good to all of you. It was just another work day for me, so I labored on Labor Day. But that's all good. That's what we do around here. And excuse me. Today we're going to talk about glitter and lasers. She just had her second surgery for lipedema, and we are going to talk about her lipedema journey. I can't even believe she's calling that, because we had the running journey, we had the weight loss journey, we had the fitness journey. Let's see, we were about to start the rock climbing journey, and now we are having the lipedema journey. Fucking just ridiculous. This woman is got main character syndrome, like worse than anybody I think I've ever seen. But we're going to go bit by bit on her video. I'm going to play it at 1.5 speed because, frankly, she pauses on purpose to build the length of time of her videos, if you ask me. And I just find it, I found it pretty amazing how she, and I've only watched half of it, so I get to see the other half. She's basically giving advice, like to people that might want to get this surgery that she just got for lipedema and stuff like that. And I find it to be, fucking grotesque because if she would just give the advice of, hey, don't face fuck yourself with food every day, you won't need lipedema surgery because you won't build up lipedema fat, because matter is not created from no place. And while lipedema may be resistant to exercise and caloric deficit because it's encapsulated fat cells, you have to earn that fat by gluttoning yourself. And that's what this woman has done for decades and decades and decades. It should shock everybody that this woman's mother and sister both died of obesity complications. Both of them. They both died from obesity complications, and she's a 500-pounder. I mean, I'm about as tall as Anna, and I cannot possibly imagine carrying the weight she carries. I cannot fucking imagine it. It's got to be excruciatingly painful, like just absolutely excruciatingly painful, which is weird because she seems to be addressing how much pain she's in and has been in. But if you look at, if you look back just 6 months ago, everybody that said she's in pain was a liar, and everybody said that she should just focus on losing weight was full of shit, and her body and she knows best and blah, 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 all that bullshit, just like they all do. It's kind of weird to me that we have to go through this shit. Like it's like the back and forth between like these incredibly delusional fat people and the people that are trying to tell them, hey, you're not okay. And then when they realize they're not okay, we're still the problem, because we didn't fucking hold their hand. But the people that held their hand are the reason why they got so fucking fat. I just, and a lot of people in the chat are pointing out that they say she looks bigger. Well, I do think she's gaining weight because she's eating like shit. She's sponsored by Starbucks and she shows herself eating all the fucking time. I mean, in between her first and second surgery, there was like a mental breakdown from not getting the bagel she wants after she ate like 2 pounds of cotton candy. Like it's no doubt she's gaining weight back, which is going to be her gaining more fat back. It's very fucking crazy. But let's take a look. We'll get it going here. This is her looking big. Looking big. Her face is looking much bigger again. This is not even her like her face is looking much bigger. The lighting is everywhere on her. She's got lighting angled up from the floor and from the ceiling, by the way. You can tell because there's no shadow from on her arms going up or really down. This right here, if you want to take a look, that is a light aimed almost directly at her arm. And she has floor. I mean, it's crazy. Plus, this is filtered all get out while she's wearing 5 pounds of makeup. If you are such a confidence queen, why do this? I mean, we see her appear all the time. Never mind. I just answered my own question. We see her appear all the time without makeup. Never mind. I answered my own question. So here we go.
So as y'all know, I have been sharing my lipedema journey. And that is
her lipedema journey. Your lipedema journey is you being in complete denial and gluttoning yourself while drinking your ass off, and then all of a sudden realizing you could get the surgery paid for, likely for free, as a sponsorship to these people that are doing it for you. And by the way, if I'm wrong, sue me. But I know you're not going to, because that would give me discovery. And very frankly, you know I'm right. I can almost guarantee that the lipedema surgery people are the people they're basically giving her this. I can't believe that she has had multiple surgeries of which she's been under anesthesia. She is so high risk for anesthesia, it's damn near malpractice to be putting her under. Multiple times, multiple times I would argue that it's malpractice. For something like this, not like an acute life-saving issue, but for something just like she has to have lipedema fat removed because somehow or another she went from being completely fine, perfectly okay, getting ready, running 5Ks, and going to be a rock climber to in so much pain she had to have lipedema removed. So very weird.
But a very vulnerable and kind of scary thing for me. I'm going to be very real about it. And part of the reason we
Okay, so notice the language she leads off. She leads off with the language, this is very vulnerable and scary. So this preps the audience to try to be nicer to her. It is the soft language being used of, I'm very fragile right now. Please don't say anything that might upset me. If you say something that upset me, you're a horrible person because I'm stating I'm very fragile right now. Like, shut the fuck up. Life sucks, grow a helmet. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. You're a horrible ass fucking person. You lie all the goddamn time. You set a horrible example for people in your fucking audience. So if you think, prefacing it with, this is very hard for me. Like, you know what else is hard for you? Breathing, walking upstairs, fucking getting into any type of fucking cab. Come on now.
Taken some time to put these videos out and they're not happening exactly in real time is because I wanted to put a lot of thought into what we're producing. And then also I wanted to
No, well, first of all, I'm happy that she says producing because this isn't her actually videoing her life. She tries to pretend like she is. She tries to pretend like this is her videoing her life when it is in fact not. This is her producing a narrative. That's all this is. It's producing a narrative. And one more time, she does look about as big as when she first started Wegavy. She looks rather large.
make sure I was answering the questions I was receiving. So
they're not in order and they're not timely because she needs to make sure she gets her fucking story straight.
One of the things I've had a lot of questions about is what it's actually like post-surgery. And to be entirely candid, I did a ton of research before I went
No, you didn't.
into surgery to try to prepare myself. And
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't do any. I don't believe she did any research. I don't believe she does research at all. Because if she did research, she wouldn't be fat as fuck. Anybody that does any serious research, she would change how she's eating, and she hasn't. I don't believe she's done it. If you did serious research, you would know that you shouldn't eat sugar at all whatsoever, let alone 2 pounds of cotton candy and Starbucks. If you did any kind of research on lipedema, you wouldn't be drinking alcohol, which we know you do. You wouldn't be drinking Mountain Dews, which we know you do. You wouldn't be eating the fucking crap you eat on a daily basis that you show us that you do. You did no fucking research. If you did any fucking research, you actually rejected research because you say that people like me and others that are trying to give you sound advice based off of reality, that we are full of shit and you've done all your research and know better. Like, shut the fuck up.
And that research did not serve me because what I've learned is everybody's recovery experience is going to be a little bit different based on
Huge shock. Her research didn't serve her because she didn't do any.
On your body, based on your lifestyle, based on just a lot of things.
Based on your lifestyle.
But what I can share with you is how my journey went, and hopefully it will help you feel more comfortable or at least more prepared for your own journey.
So this is her trying to be the leader of lipedema surgery people. Like, sure. You should be giving people advice about healthcare. Yeah. Okay. First of all, healthcare shouldn't be giving people advice about healthcare. If you don't understand what I'm saying, go to That Angry Bald Man channel on YouTube. It is my channel where I just do shorter videos, but I already addressed that where trust in the healthcare industry makes you kind of fucking stupid at this point. But for lots of reasons. But you are trying to basically give people advice on how to treat their lipedema. The fuck are you doing, woman? The fuck are you doing?
The first 24 hours after surgery, I felt freaking great. Guys, one day after surgery, and I am dancing with my nurse.
Okay.
So intelligent. Worked in my mind.
So fucking cringy.
And I don't know how I feel this good, but it's like a lot of pain is gone, and I feel freaking amazing, and I just want to move. And that was for a couple of reasons. One, I still had a lot of drugs in my body, and let's just be honest about that. You don't just magically not have anesthesia anymore when they stop putting it in your body. It does linger.
Especially when they have to use enough anesthesia to put out a horse, which is very likely the amount of anesthesia they needed to, put you on. But again, one more time, it is you should, like, a person this size going under anesthesia multiple times in a few month period of time, I'm just going to argue that is just fucking healthy. That is negligent on the part of the people that are doing the surgeries. Like, everybody, like, going under anesthesia is a risk for everybody. There is a certain percentage of people that just don't wake up. Reality, okay? It's a very serious thing. It should not be trivialized to the point that it is in our society. Healthcare has made it seem like, yeah, we'll just knock you out and we'll do this, and we'll wake you back up and everything will be fine. That doesn't always happen, especially when you've got other problems. Like, you're fucking huge. You're fucking huge. Like, her breathing is already fucked up. That's one of the things. Their blood oxygen levels can fall below what's needed, and then they get brain damage and shit like that. Like, but she's going to have to go under a few more times. She's probably going to go every couple months. She said for 2 years. They're going to keep putting her under every few months for 2 fucking years. Holy shit! What the fuck are you guys doing? Like, if you're putting her under anesthesia, you guys are fucking horrible ass people. That's malpractice, if you ask me. I bet you I can prove that shit in court. Like, I mean, for real.
For a little while. Additionally, I went into surgery with a lot of pain. I was kind of limping.
Why were you in so much pain? Like, I thought you were super fucking healthy, and you knew everything about everything. I thought you were doing amazing. Could it be that you're eating highly inflammatory foods? Like, here's why I don't give a fuck about your pain. It would have been different if you started taking your health seriously, but you don't. You have a lipedema surgery. You go eat all the cotton candy, drink all the Starbucks drinks, and then eat a lot more carbohydrates. Highly inflammatory foods when you have an inflammatory disorder like lipedema. You're a fucking idiot. There's no other explanation. You're a fucking idiot. That's me being as nice as I can be about it, because that's moronic. I'm in a lot of pain. Yeah, that you caused. 100%. This isn't your lipedema journey. This is your self-harm journey. Because even when you're getting treatment for it, you're harming yourself. Nobody in this woman's personal circle actually gives any fucks about her. Nobody in her personal circle, not the people that film her, not the people that help her edit, not the people that fucking hang out with her. Nobody gives an actual fuck about this woman's life. Nobody. You know how I know? Look at it. Listen to it. Nobody.
When walking, when I went into surgery. So having a lot of that fibrosis removed from my knee actually
limping at that size is horrible for you.
Made my pain post-surgery less than it was going into surgery. And what was really wild is I felt that almost immediately. Even just the flexibility of my knee was greater. So I think it made my first 24 hours just like really great. There's
no such thing as flexibility of your knee. There is range of motion of the joint, but your knee is not flexible. It's fucking. You did all sorts of research, huh?
Because my pain tolerance was basically accustomed to something much more unbearable. So the pain I was feeling was like, nothing. One thing that they kind of prepare you for is that the first 48 hours past your surgery, you need help. Now that either needs to be a friend or a family member, or you can hire a CNA to kind of help you with everything. I chose a nurse, and I'm very glad that I did. Now in the first 48 hours, I leaked.
She has like she's also very detached from the lives of her audience. You know what I mean? Like she's very, very, very detached from the lives of her audience.
A lot, and especially in the first 24. Like there were times where I just sat on the bed and water just gushed out of me. One of the things that was very hard for me.
I could have gone forever not hearing her say that. Like I could have gone all of existence and time and been a much happier person to never hear her talking about water gushing out of her ever.
In the first 24 hours is that I could not be alone. There was someone kind of watching over me all the time. When I had to get up, if I had to go to the bathroom, I could not go to the bathroom alone. I had to have someone help me to the bathroom. And that's just because I'm a fall risk. I have a lot of stuff.
You're always a fall risk. You're always a fall risk. You're 3 times the fucking size, 3 to 4 times the size you should be. You're always a fall risk. 100% of the time. You are like, that doesn't change. You are a fall risk. Not only are you a fall risk, but if you fall, the chances of you fucking getting seriously hurt are big. Big, 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 big.
Stuff in my body, I'm leaking. You just have to make sure you're safe. With that, I also did a lot of movement in the first 24 hours. When I shared this on Instagram, a lot of people reacted like, oh my goodness, you should be resting. And actually, no, you should not be resting. You also shouldn't be running a marathon. But in the first,
I love how she's giving complete advice here. You shouldn't be resting. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. You know, I'm sure that there's a concept of like getting some blood flow going, but she's now giving people post-surgery recovery advice. She is giving people post-surgery recovery advice. You know, I understand people say I'm an asshole. I get that. I agree to a great degree that I'm an asshole, but I wouldn't just give people like complete advice, especially when my life is a dumpster fire from what I'm talking about. Looking crazy.
24 hours and really through the rest of your recovery, movement is really important. And that's low impact, simple movement, like walking. For me, we ended up putting on some good tunes. And because I was leaking, it was really difficult to like go for a walk, especially that first 24 hours, you're just leaking a lot. So we just put on some tunes and I stood literally over a pad and I just did this shuffle back and forth, which was like walking, but also like dancing. So whatever the music was, I just kind of danced to the beat. And honestly, it was fun. 24 hours after surgery, you get your first manual lymphatic drainage. We're going to get our manual lymphatic drainage. And that is where they basically help your lymphatic system process all the inflammation so it can naturally just like come out of you.
Process all the information so it can come out of you.
Ready, ready, ready.
Hopefully, I feel fantastic.
That's good. I like that. And I like that you're drinking.
Oh, we are 2 liters in today.
Oh,
Wow. Look at her gait.
awesome.
Look at her walking gait.
That is awesome.
And that's really how she normally walks too. Wow. That's fucking tragic. That really is.
I love it.
Oh.
This is Pearl, who you guys just met.
Hi.
And she's going to be doing my manual lymphatic drainage, which is going to help like activate my lymphatic system.
For reference, Pearl, and she seems like a nice lady, is overweight. That's how much bigger Anna is than overweight.
And help me process all the extra juicy that's inside of me. So it's going to get a little
Extra juicy. I'm out. Fuck that shit. No. I'm just having a quick argument with all the voices. So, no.
It's gonna get a little nasty. I'm been a nasty,
Yeah,
but it's gonna make me feel fantastic. I already feel really great. So
which is awesome.
like I'm living my best life. That's where I'm at right now.
Yes. It's a whole new beginning.
Well, I think it's because
You're
I
ready
was
for
in a lot of pain before. So whatever I'm in right now, like, is not comparable to like what I was previously.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole change for
Like, it's amazing. So over the next kind of like 4 days, that's how I lived, right? Get up in the morning, go to MLD. Sometimes I would have bandaging, sometimes I don't. And I'm gonna be doing a whole video on bandaging, so I'm not gonna talk on it right here. I would also pretty much wake up.
You're going to do a whole video on bandaging. Okay.
Go for a walk, go to MLD, come home and sleep, go for another walk if I could. But I was making sure to eat regular meals and just drink so much water. And honestly, if you want to recover well, that would be the one thing I would say is just drink as much water as you possibly can. It will feel like too much. It is never enough. So we had some big firsts this morning. I
think she purposely fucks her hair up for camera sometimes. Like, I think she tried to look disheveled. Anybody else? I think she tried to look disheveled.
data for a walk, which was really nice. And now I'm gonna go eat breakfast out of the hotel room, which I've been literally living in that for the last couple days, and I'm over it. So I'm gonna go try to rejoin society and have a delicious breakfast, but still drink my life.
Listen to her out of breath standing. Just a few months ago, this was a fitness queen. Listen to her breathing.
Really nice. And now I'm gonna go eat breakfast out of the hotel room, which I've been literally living in that for the last couple days, and I'm over it. So I'm gonna go try to rejoin society and have a delicious breakfast, but still drink my electrolytes because I'm not allowed to have any fun juice. I miss coffee. Okay, so I've done it. I've come down to breakfast, and I am sitting upright, like in an upright position for the first time in 3 days, and it feels actually really good. So I'm gonna try to do more of this. I might try to clear off that bench in the room and try to like sit in the bench and work, which is sad, but you know what? It's something to keep me upright, but I feel good. I feel really good. After I kind of got through this process, I got to the point where A, I could care for myself, and B, I was ready for my first shower. Showering for the first time, it is a whole thing. That is the easiest way to say it. It's a whole thing. First of all, you've been in compression for 24/7, and anytime you've been out of it, you've been with nurses who are.
You should have been in compression for 24/7 most of the fucking time for years before this. You likely wouldn't even need to do this if you took it seriously.
Helping you in and out of the garment, okay? You are a faint risk. And probably the most common thing I see post-surgeries that people talk about is fainting, taking off the garment for the first shower. Luckily, I was prepared for this and I knew how to do it so I wouldn't faint. So I'll just tell you what I did. Hopefully it'll work for you too. First, drink a whole bunch of water 2 hours before you actually plan to shower. A lot of the
Maybe, just maybe. If you are about to do this, instead of listening to what Anna did to help you avoid fainting, you would talk to the person actually taking care of you. This is just... I'm beside myself with how negligent this shit is. Like, I'm beyond. It's fucking unbelievable that she's about to tell people, like, if you don't want to pass out while showering after the surgery, here's what I did. What the fuck is wrong with you, woman? Like, you think you should be giving that information out to just a broad ass audience? I used to do this thing, like when I talk about even nutrition and stuff like that, and all of you that are listening, you are all extremely smart people, and you guys are all amazing. So this is not you. However, I always try to remember that I'm speaking to the dumbest fucking person possible about the advice I give. Like, just, you have to make sure that you think you're speaking to the dumbest fucking person possible. Like, that's how you need to remember it. You know, like, unless it's unreal. Like, and just to be like, here's what I did.
The fainting risk is due to dehydration and also changes in blood pressure, and you can just help yourself mitigate that by drinking a lot of water. When I took my garment off, I took it off slowly and I immediately laid down. I did not go directly to the shower. I laid down for about 10 minutes to let my body just stabilize to not having the garment on. Once I had been rested for about 10 minutes, I then went to the shower. I showered in cold as hell water, like as cold as you can possibly get it. If you're not screaming when you get under the water coming down, you're not doing it right. A, it's going to keep you awake. B, it's going to work with your lymphatic system, not piss it off, because hot water really can make your body angry. And you'll see often with autoimmune disorders, bathing in cold water is ideal, right? So I took a shower in cold water, immediately went back to bed, immediately went back and laid down. I did not try to put my garment on right away. I dried off in bed, laying down, prostrate like this, drinking water. Drink the water, always the water.
Don't lay down and drink water. You could choke.
And then once I was dry and I felt okay, like I hadn't expended too much energy, I sat.
I haven't expended too much energy.
And put my compression garments on to my knees, rested again, and pulled them all the way up. Then, you know what I did right after that? I rested some more. So the key to not fainting is just very slowly going through the process. As you heal, this actual procedure isn't necessary. But in the first 10 days, if you're going to shower, this probably is what you should do.
In the first 10 days, if you're going to shower. I don't even know what to fucking say about that. Very rarely am I fucking stuck for words, but if you have a surgery and you wait longer than 10 days to shower, I don't even.
I took my first shower at day 4, and I followed the same strategy when I showered again, I think on day 7 and day 10. After day 10, I no longer kind of followed all this protocol. One thing I'm going to definitely do different in my next surgeries is prep my bed before I go, because it's really hard when you push yourself on, your first airline travel, which does like make you swell. to come home, be tired, be sore, be exhausted, and then also have to put together your bed.
But she had a nurse that she paid. How was it hard for you when you had a nurse?
Typical bed preparing, if you're still leaking, is a plastic sheet and then using different pee pads on top. I leaked for about 2 days after when I came home. Some people leak for a very long time. Some people heal very quickly. It just depends on your body. One of the hardest things that I would say you need to do, and you need to do this well beyond, like well before your surgery, is to
Look how tiny her hands look compared to the rest of her.
find a massage therapist with the right credentials to actually do your bandaging and your MLD therapy after. I luckily found an amazing person, Leah from Love Lymph Club. If you don't follow her and you want to learn about lymphatics, she's amazing and I absolutely adore her and has really been an amazing part of my journey this far. So finding that specialist before and making sure you get on their calendar, I would do it as soon as you know you have the surgery date, honestly, because
There's the pitch.
Club. If you don't follow her and you want to learn about lymphatics, she's amazing and I absolutely adore her and has really been an amazing part of my journey this far. So finding that specialist before and making sure you get on their calendar, I would do it as soon.
I love how she calls it a journey. You're not actually traveling anywhere if you're getting the surgery done, then eating in a way that's going to cause you to need the surgery again, then getting the surgery done, then eating in a way that's going to cause you to need the surgery again. You're not actually on a journey. You're really not. You're more moving in a circle.
As soon as you know you have the surgery date, honestly, because there's far more demand for these services than there are actual practitioners, is what I found. So just get on a calendar as soon as you can. One thing I didn't know about the bandages, because my bandages did not fall down while I was recovering in the first week, is when they fall down is when you can change your garment. So I had a literal panic attack the first time my bandages fell because I was like, what is going on? And Leah was like, no, don't stress. That just means it's time for you to switch back into regular compression. Additionally, I was supposed to walk, but not too much, which is also a hard thing, right? Like I'm used to walking a lot. It's an important part of my day. So I was literally having to schedule quarter-mile walks 4 times a day. And I'm going to tell you what, it's just not very fulfilling. I'd rather just do a mile walk, right? Or 2 miles walk. But the point is that you're trying to get your lymphatic system moving every time you walk. And if you're doing it just once a day,
You're trying to get your lymphatic system moving. You're trying to have blood flow. It's just fucking whatever.
well, then you aren't getting as much of that movement. You're only moving it once a day. So it's better to do multiple short walks than one long walk. So we're going to
Yeah, it's so the fitness trainer / doctor apparently says.
take a walk. This is both my favorite and least favorite thing I do each day because it feels good.
One more time. I think she purposely tries to make herself look disheveled when she wants to look disheveled. I really do.
But also it's so hot. So this is where I walk and I love it because it's got all these wildflowers. So even though it's hot and terrible, at least I get to look at something pretty while I'm doing it. Plus, Data loves this because it's like a sniff safari. He walks slow so I can keep up and I think it's the cutest thing ever. It's okay, buddy. You can go ahead.
That's pathetic. Your dog has to walk slow so you can keep up. That's fucking pathetic. That's fucking comically pathetic. That's just sad.
Go ahead. Week 4 is where you kind of get your life back. But what kind of sucks for me is I know I'm going back into another surgery, right? So I don't really get to resume everything because I also need to prep and prepare for the next surgery. So that means not pushing myself too hard that I get sick or that I'm not in the best physical shape.
That belly looking bigger and bigger. That's not lipedema.
For my next surgery. But what I did choose to do during week 4, which I think was really, really smart, was to find creative ways to move, right? To start introducing movement that maybe had been off limits due to the
Go swimming when you can.
intensity or the length before, but in ways that still met my protocol. So I started finding fun places to walk, things like the mall, Michael's, Costco, Walmart. And you know what? You can waste a lot of time and walk slowly and see lots of weird things that you don't need and then subsequently buy because, again, your emotion.
Who is she? Who exactly is she? Is she this woman? Give me a
Not
sec.
pushing myself too hard that I get sick or that I'm not in the best physical shape for my next surgery. But what I did choose to do during week 4, which I think was really, really smart, was to find creative ways to move, right? To start introducing movement that maybe had been off limits due to the intensity or the length before, but in ways that still met my protocol. So I started finding fun places to walk, things like the mall.
So remember about 10, 15 minutes ago when we were showing how she literally waddles to walk. When you move like that to walk, this, if you see it on film, that's for fucking show, right? She wants to pretend like she's doing some serious dance when she literally can barely fucking walk.
Michael's, Costco, Walmart. And you know what? You can waste a lot of time and walk slowly and see lots of weird things that you don't need and then subsequently buy because, again, you're emotional and you don't have the same self-control you normally have. And that became really fun for me. I also loved when my incisions healed because then I was able to go into the pool. Did I have to wear compression under my swimsuit? Yes. But being in the pool
Thank God.
was the most magical thing for me because it felt like getting a piece of what I love most back. And really one of the reasons I'm doing these surgeries is to be able to be outside and explore nature more. So it's not exactly what I wanted, but it gave me the ability to be outside, to feel the sun on me. And I did feel like a massive mood shift when I could be in the sun again. Around 4 weeks.
It's because vitamin D is very good for you, for your emotional stability, for your immune system, that sort of thing.
I found myself like a lot more mentally clear as well. So a lot of that fuzziness that I had before kind of started to.
I found myself emotionally clear. Then what the fuck happened before this video? If you found yourself more emotionally clear, what the fuck happened between then and you filming this? Because you don't sound clear.
Dissipate. And I also found myself thinking of ways to like sustain what I'd done. So I started looking into more like conservative treatments and things like that. So I got one of those vibration boards. I got a trampoline. Obviously, I've been on a waiting list for a tactile pump, which is like the big pump.
Why the fuck do you have a trampoline? What, just when you're refrigerator sized, bouncing on a trampoline, jogging on a trampoline, even walking on a trampoline, super fucking stupid. Super, super stupid. That's super dumb. You are waiting to blow out an ankle, or a knee. Super fucking stupid. So when you waddle, when you walk, you should not be trying to walk on a trampoline. You dumb fucks. Jesus.
That goes on your legs and mimics MLD that you use every day. So I got fit for that. So I started really facing the fact that my lifestyle for the rest of my life was going to have to change. That was really positive.
Except your food, apparently.
In some ways, but also very difficult. And I think, I'm going to be honest, I was a little delusional. I went into surgery.
No shit. What's with the was? I was a little delusional? Why are you using past tense?
With the mental thought that once all the surgeries would be done, I would be magically healed and I would not have to do all of the things I was doing previously. And that is just not the reality. So kind of that 4-week period, I started making plans for long-term care, what I would need to do, what I would need to invest in. And I want people to realize that that is a very emotionally difficult journey. I don't think I can do it justice.
Fuck your feelings. I don't care.
In this video, but I think when you get the diagnosis, you hear about surgery and you think that's my
and you should think, God, what the fuck did I do to myself? But you didn't.
Magical solution. But it is literally only the beginning of how your life is going to have to change in managing this. And I was doing.
But except we're going to watch you eat shit next week. You're going to eat complete fucking garbage next week. You're not changing your fucking lifestyle. We saw what you did in between. You completely changed your lifestyle. Would you be not eating the way you eat? That is the vast majority of your lifestyle, because that is the majority of what you do is eat. And I can say this safely because scoreboard.
Other conservative treatments before. I know I didn't always share it on camera, and there was a reason I didn't share it on camera, and I don't really give a crap what anyone says about it, but the reality is I wasn't comfortable being a poster child for lipedema. I knew as soon as I started talking about how I treated it or lived with it or how it affected my life, that I would get a sticker slapped on my forehead. I did not feel informed enough to educate people. And I just...
You're not, or you're still not. You're absolutely still not, because you sound like a fucking idiot. However, I didn't want to be the poster child for lipedema. I'm not going to savage my audience with the picture of you in the one-piece string bikini that you posted yourself. Stop pretending like you give a fuck about embarrassing yourself. You're a fucking clown, and that's what you use. It's never, hey, watch me do these dance steps. It's watch how fat I am while I do these dance steps. It's never, oh, watch me do this thing, watch while I go running. It's watch me run while huge and fat. It's not like, I don't want to make myself a poster child. That's all you are. You are nothing if not fat. If you were not fat, nobody would know who the fuck you were, because you're not all that intelligent. You're not that great of a speaker. You're not funny. And you certainly are not that attractive that people would be like, oh my God, who the fuck is this? If you were not morbidly obese, nobody would know who the fuck you were at all. You're the poster child for who you are. And who you are is the woman that has eaten herself to enormity and now is pretending that you had it happen to you and you're on this journey of recovery of something that happened to you completely out of your power. Shut the fuck up. God damn.
I just felt overwhelmed with the condition itself. I have many, many clips over the years of literally me crying, begging John to turn the camera off because I hurt, because I've swollen. I have videos of.
But he's also filmed many, many videos of you saying like you're perfectly healthy and you're doing great and you're this and you're that. So you're admitting here that you are hiding shit from your audience and lying to them. That's what you're like. This is a full-on admission that every time she told you that she was doing great and fuck the haters and the haters don't know shit and I know my body and blah, 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 that this is an admission that those were all lies and you were hiding shit from your audience because that's the person you are. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for admitting that. I really appreciate it. Thank you for admitting that.
Me bandaging my leg in a hotel, which was like 3 years ago in Hawaii because my leg swelled. That also happened in various other places. So I've been traveling with compression. I have been doing a lot of these things for a while. And I would say not everything, clearly not everything, because there's a lot of things I've had to.
I've been doing a lot of these things for a while. I believe she just got her first compression wear with her first surgery. I believe she stated that on video. Like and I'm not going to fucking bother to go look it the fuck up, but I'm sure you guys could. But I believe she stated that she got her first set of compression gear with her first surgery, because I remember specifically saying you should have been wearing this for fucking years on camera. So she just lied again, like openly lied. She just admitted that she's been lying her ass off, talking about how awesome she is and how fit she is. But then she was in so much pain that she had to have John turn the camera off because she's crying all the time. And then she's just saying that she has been wearing compression for a long time when she just a few months ago said that it was the first time she's worn it. Like, she's just a fucking liar at this stage. And one more time, Anna, if this upsets you and you think that I am hurting your reputation or whatever by calling you a liar, sue me. Sue me. Absolutely. Fucking take me to court. And I will get discovery, which gives me access to your medical records, which gives me access to all of your videos, gives me access to all that shit. And then I'll countersue you and you'll be broke, and because you're lying, period.
Add, but I thought I can deal with these things. I've been doing them for years, but to know that even
you've been wearing compression gear for years. That's a lie.
Compression and the bandaging and the socks and the changes in my diet and, the Wegovy, which helped with inflammation for me, that was still only 25%. Having to deal with all of this with the added pressure of people having a ton of opinions about my choices, my journey, what I have and have not done, it sucks. Frankly, it sucks.
Fuck your feelings. Don't care.
It sucks. But I believe educating people on this journey and educating people about this condition is important, because
she's an educator now. She's an educator. You heard her. She believes it's important for her to educate people. Get the fuck out of here.
I am stage 4. That is bad. And
you're stage 4 because you gluttoned yourself there. That's bad.
Hope that I can help women who are in stage 2 get treatment before they have to deal with all the bullshit I have to deal with.
If you're in stage 2 lipedema, stop eating like a fucking asshole. Don't let yourself gain another fucking pound and get in really, really good health. Don't eat any processed carbohydrates at all. They're highly inflammatory. Don't eat processed sugar. Don't eat processed bread. Don't eat flour. Don't eat any of that. Keep your carbohydrate consumption low. 1 portion a day, a potato, a half cup of rice, a sweet potato, and the rest are green leafy vegetables and meat. That is helping them, because frankly, what you did is just kept gluttoning yourself to bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then whined and cried when all of a sudden you couldn't fucking hide it anymore, because that's what's been happening. You admitted you've been hiding it. That's 100%. You just admitted to your entire audience that you have been lying to them. Your entire fucking audience.
Because candidly, if I had dealt with this 10 years ago, I may not have to do all these extra things.
If you would have stopped face fucking yourself with pie every day, you likely would not have had to.
But now my life and my abilities are going to be diminished, and that is a hard thing for me to swallow. I am still...
You did it to yourself.
Holding out for the fact that maybe I have some miracle recovery, but I may not.
You will not, and fuck your feelings.
And that's because I didn't deal with it sooner. And I also...
You're not dealing with it now. You're still eating like shit. You're not dealing with it. You'll be back. You're not dealing with this. You have not dealt with your eating disorder. You have not dealt with your gluttony. You will be back.
I'm very aware that because of the way healthcare works in not only the US, but many other countries, many people are not able to manage their condition. And I also hope that by making videos like this, that changes as well.
Yeah, you are. You're able to avoid your condition. You're able to avoid the buildup of lipedema fat by not getting fat. You are absolutely able to do so. Absolutely.
And I hope you be an advocate for that to change, because it's frankly ridiculous that our healthcare system will pay for gastric bypass, will pay for knee replacement, will pay for vein surgery, when they literally could just treat the root problem, which is lipedema.
What's ridiculous is that our healthcare system allows you to access this with health insurance. At this stage, like, I don't even want to hear shit that this woman is not disproportionately burdensome to the healthcare industry compared to if she wasn't a glutton at all. What's so fucking ever. Just absolutely goddamn ridiculous. But I'm going to call it a day. I've got evening rants. My buddy Jeff McCool from Moccasin Creek. Also, he's the brother of Mimi McCool from WWE and brother-in-law of The Undertaker, is going to be joining Mark and I where we talk about the daily topics. Please check us out on Evening Rants YouTube, Evening Rants Rumble, the MFing COO on X, and Mark Loebleiter at Mark Loebleiter on X also. Please do check that out. Hope to see all of you there. And we shall, hang on a second. Exactly, son. Exactly. So for those of you that are wondering what's going to go on tomorrow, I'll be back same time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I hope all of you have a great day. God damn.